welcome back to Bachelor Buzz, the best place to come for the recaps on your favorite reality dating show and the latest in Bachelor Nation news. We're your hosts, Arena
and Julia, and we're so excited to join you guys again. Today we're going to be doing a Bachelor Nation news update, which there's been a lot going on, guys. So we're going to keep it short and sweet today. We have a lot to talk about, but we're really excited to get back in your podcast wherever you listen to them. Today we're both drinking water, I think.
Yeah.
No buzz, but I did have a spicy Paloma earlier, and it was really good.
I had a little wine last night.
You did? Okay.
But now I got my water.
Nice. I know. I still got my water here. All right. So first thing we want to talk about, let's update everybody a little bit on Jenn, our Bachelorette. Yes. 1 week away. We're so excited. Yep, she's been doing a lot of interviews lately, so
definitely making the rounds, doing the media tours, getting ready. And there was an article that came out in Us Weekly in which it was talking about how her season breaks the mold. It's really wonderful because obviously she's the first Asian American Bachelorette, the first Asian American lead in this entire franchise. Let's clarify, the very first after 22 years. And so being on this season changes a lot of things. It gives people the opportunity, as she has said in a lot of different interviews, not particularly just specifically Us Weekly, but just saying that this is like something for hopefully other young people to watch this show, watch the season, and see that she's a main character in her love story and that she's the one. It's not like generally Asian Americans are usually seen as like the recurring person or the person who's supporting
characters.
So this is her chance, and also to see her culture, to see her family, her Vietnamese culture and American culture. She does speak Vietnamese with her mom at home mostly, so it'll be really awesome to see that and see when the guys meet her family and do towns that we'll finally get to see something like that. And then also just, I think, just being herself and, she believes in respecting her body and self-care. She's in therapy. She believes therapy is really important, and it is.
Yes.
So really
mental health.
Yes, mental health. What else, Julia? Anything else about that?
Yeah. I mean, she just talked a lot about how, she had an idea about what the Bachelorette should be, this poised, confident person. And she was like, oh, am I that, whatever? But this has been a journey for her to discover her own self-love. And I just think that's really awesome. I just think that, in the end, she realized I just need to be myself. And she does that, hearing how the season goes. It does seem like she is herself, and, wild things happen. I don't know. We're really excited to see what happens, but it's been fun getting to know more about her. And, as we mentioned, she's been doing more press tours and coverage. There was another little tidbit about her. I'm just going to bring up how apparently, so on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which we did listen to, and we will talk about that more in our another episode. We're going to do a Jenn profile, but in the Call Her Daddy podcast, she did mention about how she came out of filming and discovered that there was all these rumors that she was not the first picked Bachelorette, how Maria was offered the position, how Daisy was offered the job. And she was like, listen, we're all in talks. People are doing interviews and fittings and photo shoots. This is a process for them to decide who they want to choose. So I've been doing this for months before they announced it. So, they probably were too. But in the end, I'm the one that got the call. So that's what happened. So I was glad that she stuck up for herself, because I can't imagine how awkward that would be for her to do this entire season and come back and people are thinking, was she really the first picked? Is this really her role? Was that really right for her? But anyway, she came out and said that, which I think is a very fair statement. I'm not surprised, because I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. They have to talk to a few people.
They do. Every season. That's what they do. They actually do
Yeah.
talk to, they interview several people from that past season of The Bachelor, or if it's the choosing a bachelor, the Bachelorette, and
Mhm.
then other seasons, they interview them for a long time. They do shoot like bio packages, which are
Mm.
basically going to wherever they're from and shooting them with their
Ooh,
family members
okay.
and stuff for like a lot of people. And there are times where people don't even find out until literally the day of the announcement that it's not them.
That's what happened with Gabby, Wendy, and
No.
Rachel. They both found out they were co-bachelorettes the night of the
Oh
after the final
gosh.
rose,
Oh my
which
god.
I thought was shocking. But again, it like made me realize that that is actually how it goes. Like you don't know until it's like announced usually. But all this to say, the piece of news that we found really interesting is that Maria actually unfollowed Jen. And a lot of people are thinking it's because she's feeling a little salty about this whole conversation and this narrative coming out that like, you know, Jen was, I mean, I'm not even gonna say like the first pick, but like she was the pick. So I think that's what it is at the end of the day.
Yes.
But yeah, so Maria followed her and it's just like, I don't know. I don't love that, but it's just
Yeah.
weird. So I'd love to see like if something happens in the future, like maybe they reconcile or like
Yeah.
something comes to light. We don't know what's going on, but it does seem like that is the reason. So we'll keep an eye on that for everyone.
Yep, we'll find out, but don't really know what that it's about. It's too bad, but hopefully
Yeah.
it's worked out. But yeah, we're just happy that Jen is the Bachelorette, and this is
Yeah.
where we are, and she's gonna premiere. This show's gonna premiere
Oh my
next week, so
God.
we're so
Next
excited.
Monday.
Yes.
Oh, it looks so fun. All the promos just look
Yeah.
amazing and just cute and fun. And I'm just so excited.
I'm excited
All
to see these
right.
guys too, because
I
I'm kind of
know.
like, in a way, like, no offense to any of these men, but a part of me hasn't found someone that I'm like, yes, about. I mean, for her, yes,
You,
but I feel like I
yeah.
need to be like excited about someone like
Yeah.
on my own. Like Joey was for me on Charity Season. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was like, yeah, Joey. He wasn't the only one. I love Dotton too, but they were my
Yeah.
two favorites, and then they
Well,
both
you have
got
a
to the
good
end.
eye for like those top three
Yes,
people. You
yes.
are, I mean, honestly, you're like 2 for 2 seasons, I think. So
And
let's
we'll
see
see what
if we can keep that
happens.
running going.
I hope so. We'll have to like screw it up, but I have no idea.
Oh God. Well, it's on our podcast now, so we can track it.
All right. Next.
Yeah, moving on.
Yeah. All right. So we also have this LA Times article that came out, everyone. So it's been posted about all over socials. We also posted about it in our
It was a big
stories.
one. Yeah.
Yes. The Bachelor producers admit failures on race and inexcusable string of white leads. Sorry, like
Yeah.
flipped.
That's okay.
So yeah, it's kind of
It
funny. It
is
came
so
out
funny. It
after
is
we did
so
our
funny after we did
episode.
our
Yes,
episode.
guys, and
I
we
was seriously
didn't
like, if
know,
only we had this before our episode, we would have been a
right?
little nicer, maybe. But
Yeah.
whatever. At the end, maybe they listened to us, and that's why they came out.
You're welcome. No, I'm kidding.
That's right.
Okay.
No, but truly, that is so crazy that it came out just after
Mhm.
we were discussing this in
Yeah.
depth. So, so what did we learn, Arena?
So basically, I could not read it because I've read too many free LA Times articles, so it stopped me.
Oh my
And I will
gosh.
not subscribe to them. Okay. Anyways, but what I saw in the
Yeah.
notes that I have on here is that basically they were saying that in terms of their audience, if they don't want to see a Black love story, an Asian American love story, an interracial love story, then maybe Bachelor Nation isn't for you. That's what they're telling their fans
Mm-hmm.
who have the awful hatred and vitriol every
Mm-hmm.
single
Mm-hmm.
season when there is any type of person of color mixed in
Good.
there in this show. So
Yeah.
they also talked about their failings with Matt James
They
and
did talk
how,
about that. They
how
said
that
they
seems to
didn't
go wrong.
protect him. And I was like, thank you. They also brought up the Rachel Nance discussion at the
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the final rose.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, the women tell all. I'm sorry. Yeah, they
No,
brought
it
up
was the
how
final rose.
oh,
It was
was
the
it?
final rose.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they brought up how they did not protect her either. They didn't really, I guess, anticipate. I don't
Yeah.
know. It
They
was so
didn't,
weird.
and yeah, they said we have reflected on it, and a
Yeah.
big blind spot was not naming what it was racism. Because, like we talked about multiple times, and other
No, it
podcasts have, is
wasn't
that
just bullying
yes,
online.
they just bunched it all together like it's all the same, and it's not. And I'm glad that they acknowledged that. That
Yeah.
was Claire Freeland, who is one of the showrunners on the Bachelor franchise. And yeah, they just talked about different things like that. But you know what? I'm glad they're finally saying something, but I'll believe it when I see it, type of thing. I want to see.
100%. Yeah, it's good that they realize this, but like, this is going to be the test. Like, they are admitting that they didn't protect the lead. They didn't acknowledge the very obvious racism. They didn't like open up the conversation for getting that kind of heat from their fans. So, Jen's season is going to give them the opportunity to protect their lead,
Mm-hmm.
call out anything that is happening with the fans or like the racism or the bullying, like this is their chance to kind of like step into a new light, I hope,
Yeah.
and be better. So good
Yeah.
luck.
Good. Yeah. Good luck.
I I want to say I think it'll be a big difference, but we'll see.
We'll
I hope
see.
so. I
I
mean,
hope
maybe
so.
not big difference, but we do hope that they're going to honor her story as we've talked about
I hope
before
so. They better.
and protect her.
Just like
Ugh,
be decent
I'm already like a
humans.
little sick about feeling like there's going to be some hate online.
There totally is. That is just the way this works every single time. And
Yeah.
it's not fair. It's not right. Every time we have a person of color as a lead, which isn't often, but and this is the first Asian American
Yeah.
person who's a lead, there's going to be so much hate. But like they said, they need to do better. They want to go better. They know they have a long ways to go. So do better, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be hard,
Yeah.
but they have to do the work.
Yeah.
And again, I think in the end, like if they can achieve this and show a beautiful love story,
Yeah.
then they will have gained, respect from, their viewers who want to see that,
Yeah.
and hopefully inspire others of like all backgrounds to
Mhm.
also seek love on The Bachelor,
Yeah.
you know?
Isn't that what they want to? Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
So next story, guys, we have been talking about the divorce of Rachel Lindsay and Brian Abasolo since the
Hmm.
news broke in January. And now we have some news popping up that Rachel Lindsay says she will pay $10,000 per month in the support for her estranged husband, Brian Abasolo. She thinks that's plenty. I don't know what his expenses are, but that's a lot of money, guys. So, like, I don't know what his financials are exactly. He did say what they were. They were in court documents that are public, of course.
Right.
But she also said things like basically that, it wasn't like this whole thing where we went on dates all the time and we even saw each other that much and all this other stuff. And she's saying that we didn't live some glamorous life like he made pretend like we did. She also mentioned that, she had an idea that they were headed towards divorce because they had been talking and separation seemed like it was coming. But she did not know that he had filed because they had a discussion in person the day that the filing happened and the news about it came out. But they had a talk in her house in person, and then he left. And then a little bit later, he texted her and said, "Hey, by the way, I filed."
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Okay. So, yeah. Divorce
Oh, that's so
is,
sad.
yeah.
Divorce in 2024,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah,
There's
guys.
just,
Texting.
it's
Horrible
sad,
news.
but
I
whatever
know
she can do about it.
she can get through
Move
this.
on.
She's moving through it, moving on. She is successful all on her own. She is a lawyer too. She is smart. I look forward to
Yeah.
seeing you, Rachel Lindsay, and all the wonderful things that you do after this. But this is just a chapter of your life that will close and you'll move through it and move on. So, yeah. But I will say, I'm still like, I'm over the sadness. But guys, this was like, I loved this couple, okay? I
Aw,
did.
I
I liked
know.
him. I was happy when it was him at the end of her season, but
They
that's
did
also life.
seem really happy for a long time, but
Did. They made it work. They got
I feel
married.
like they really just grew into such different people with
Yeah.
different
Hmm.
lifestyles, you know, and
Her life took
it's
off.
hard to predict those things.
Yeah.
But you know, in the end, like they're growing in different directions, so you have to let them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Next little piece of news. We also have been following the whole Kaitlyn Bristowe, Zach, you know,
Yeah.
Jason Tartik, Kat. So not going to get into it a lot, but at Stanley Cup, both couples were there.
Yes.
But I think the crazy thing is that Zach and Kaitlyn were there together. Like, I'm still like, are they together? Are they not? But this is just, again, more news that they're together.
Mhm.
There's been a lot more like little dramas coming out from Kaitlyn Bristowe about Jason Tartik,
Yeah.
saying that, like, you know, why they broke up. Maybe it was over like him starting a podcast. All these like little things are coming out.
Mm.
And I find them a little bit odd. Like, I'm just like, really, you're going to get in a fight with someone over starting a podcast? I don't know. So there's other things like that. I don't want to go into all the details of them, but they're, you know, if you're interested, just Google them and you can find out more stuff that has been said. And then Kat and Jason, you know, they seem cute together, but some people are speculating, like, when do they really get together? Like, I think Ashley I said something like that, but then she came out and was like, no, I'm not speculating anything. Like, you guys are just taking this to the next level. So who knows really what the truth is, but in the end, both couples are happy, it
Yeah.
seems. Even though Zach and Kaitlyn are not like official yet, but they're clearly together.
They're hanging out all the time, guys. They're going
Months
on
later,
trips
for
together.
7 months, yeah.
I mean,
That wedding.
yeah, and now Florida for the Stanley Cup Finals, the last game of the
Mhm.
series. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
okay, guys, though. Do your thing. You don't want to make it official in public? That's fine. It's your choice. But we see what we
Mhm.
see. More power to you guys. Go get it.
Yeah.
All right. So next, Katie Thurston. So who is she dating now? She became official. She did have
Yeah.
lunch on Instagram, guys. Well, on socials.
Did. And she was so like mysterious before. Like, I'm
Yeah.
dating someone in the public eye. But
Mm-hmm.
it turns out she's dating a fellow comedian, Jeff R. Curry. So I'll definitely be looking into him more. I'll
Yeah.
see what his comedy is like.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy for her.
Yeah.
And then Gary and Teresa did come to an agreement over their marital settlement.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. So that's good. So that means they're wrapping that up and
mhm.
they can move on in their lives too. And then Teresa was actually in Minneapolis. I forgot that, visiting with Leslie and just having like
Aw,
a good old like
that's
sounds like a
nice.
girls fun time weekend or something. So that's really cool. And she went to one of Leslie's, I think, dance classes, and so she's
Oh,
living her
yeah.
life and having fun, and that's really good to see. I'm glad to see that.
Again, the Golden Girls are just like
Yes.
the future, like best friend group goals, you
Yeah.
know? Like, it's
Mhm.
so cute. I think that's really inspiring too, because a lot of people feel that they like can't make friends later in life.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously going on a show to find love and date the same guys is one way to do it.
Yeah.
But I just think it shows that like you can form friendships at any age and they can be strong. And
Mhm.
like I just love seeing all their friendships being maintained and growing. So
Yes.
it's really cute that they did that.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to see that. And I love that they're still doing really well, like all the Golden Ladies
Hmm.
and everything. And excited to see Joan's adventure begin her journey, I mean. And then, of course, whoever the next Bachelor is. So,
I know.
yeah.
All right. And then I think the last thing I just wanted to mention that I am reading Hannah B's book, The Mistakes We Never Made by Hannah Brown. It is really cute so far. I haven't finished it. I actually spilled, so I have a Stanley, and like, can I tell you that this thing leaks all the time? It's kind of pissing me off, not gonna lie. I kind of regret buying it. It's so cute, and I do drink a lot more water with it. Keeps it cold, but like the spillage drives me nuts. Anyway, so I was on my way to go on a trip. I had it in my tote bag and I looked down right before I leave my house and everything is drenched in water. So my Hannah B book was drenched in water, so I couldn't bring it with me. So I was not able to finish it, but I am probably going to finish it this week. And yeah, I'm hoping to maybe do like a little book review. If we can do a little episode, I can just tell you how it was, if I liked it. And then maybe if anyone else is reading it, let us know. And if you have any thoughts, you can also let us know, and then we can mention them on our little review.
Yeah. And we could do like we talked about before, maybe just start
Hmm.
trying to read different books that people have written that are from Bachelor Nation.
Yeah.
So that'd be really cool to
Hmm.
just like pick some but over time, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
We both
Yeah.
work and we're parents. Okay.
We have 2 new seasons coming up, so we don't
Yes.
have that much time.
Okay. We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
But basically, that is all of our news updates. So, thanks so much, guys, for checking in with us. And right
Yeah.
before this new season begins, where you will start seeing us every week again, you're welcome.
Yay.
Okay. But we will have more to come. Again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Everyone on socials, on YouTube. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.